Brothers and sisters, you've been called, not once, not twice, so many times. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that. He said, "Ha antum ha'ulai tud'auna litunfiqu." You've been called every day to spend. فَمِنْكُمْ مَنْ يَبْخَلْ. Some of you will hold back. How long are you holding back? Think about that. How long? And I'm not going to answer that. You know yourself better than anyone else. You've been called for any occasion. And I want to tell you this story. Wallahi akhwana, when I read this story, I said, can we go back in time and change things? No, we cannot. We cannot. And I want you to remember this story very carefully that happened to one of the companions. His name is Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais. Of course, while I'm talking, and I'm going to go for the same talking the Sheikh was saying, I want to, inshallah, I want to see a brother or a sister, or a brother and a sister, and a husband and a wife, a table, an organization, a family coming together and say, I want to give, inshallah, the first $50,000. I'm not going to ask you for 200 or 100,000, although, wallahi, what the Sheikh have said, I have seen myself. I have seen myself. People giving 100 and 200,000. But I want to make it easy on everybody tonight. But if someone really want to give that $500,000 to finish that debt, inshallah, be my guest. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Wallahu yudha'ifu liman yasha. Not me, not Sheikh Ahmed, nobody. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala know that you are doing it for His sake. But listen to this story. Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais, Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais, remember this name, Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais. That was the beginning of the da'wah. Meaning that it was the first 3 years of the da'wah. Even before that, it's like the beginning of the da'wah. How many people were Muslims at that time? Do you remember who was the first man who became a Muslim? Who? Abu Bakr. Who was the first woman? Khadija. Who was the first boy? Ali. Bye. He was sitting with Al-Abbas, and they were dealing and wheeling with business. Business is as usual, as we will say. And suddenly this man came out of the house, his wife, the child, and another man, and they start praying. Then Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais turned to Al-Abbas and told him, Man ha'ula? Who are these people? He said, this is my nephew Muhammad, this is his wife Khadija, and this is Ali, his cousin, and this is his friend Abu Bakr. And they start praying. He said, what are they doing? قال يصلون. قال ولم يصلون. For whom? I don't see any idol in front of them. He said, إن ابن أخي يدعي أنه نبي. He said, my nephew is saying that he is a prophet of God. أو أكلمه لك. Should I talk to him about you, so he will come and talk to you. See, Al-Abbas was not a Muslim at that time, but he was proud of his nephew to be something important. So he was telling that man, who was his partner, he said, should I talk to him about you? You want to talk to him? He said, La, da'na wa sha'nana. Leave us alone with our business. This is not the time. And some of us would say that nowadays. Some of us will say, it's not the time. It's not time yet for me to spend this much money. Maybe tomorrow. You know what? Brother Munzir is coming maybe another year. And Sheikh Ahmed, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him increase in his umr and his age, inshallah, to save Islam and Muslims. Who says, inshallah, next year is happening. From now till next year, I will collect the money. Some of us will say that. Now listen to this. This man took him 20 years. Because he refused at that time. After 20 years. You know when? Do you know when? When the Prophet ﷺ opened Mecca. When he conquered Mecca. How many Muslims at that time? They say 100,000. Something like that. When they were in Arafah, the Hajj al-Akbar, they were 100,000. At that time, Al-Ash'ath ibn Qais came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was old. And he told him, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu annaka Muhammad, wa annaka Rasulullah. And he was crying. فقال ما يبكيك يا أشعث? Why are you crying? أهي الجاهلية? Is it because of the ignorant time and what you have done before? فإن الإسلام يجب ما قبله. He said, but Islam will take care of these things. You are pure now. Your books are all clear and clean. But Al-Ash'ath is saying something different that the Prophet didn't know. The Prophet didn't know that he saw him the first time. But he did not answer the call. And he said, Ya Rasulullah. Now I want you to listen to this one. Ya Rasulullah, kittu an akuna thalitha thalatha. I was about to be the third to be a Muslim. Rush. Do not delay. Don't say, I wish I have done. Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. That's the first thing the person would say when they go to the grave. I wish I have advanced for myself. Ya laytani qaddamtu li hayati. I wish I have advanced for myself. Don't you have the chance now, ya akhwanna, ya akhawatna? Yes, you do. You have plenty of time right now. Plenty of time to think about this. Can we see, inshallah, that hand of the person? One person, one brother or a sister, inshallah, to come up, inshallah, with 50,000. And again, you can divide it into 10 months. You can divide it into 1 year, 2 years. We can, no problem, inshallah. But it is the niyyah, ya akhwana, between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahu yudha'ifu liman yasha', wallahu wasi'un alim.
Jeeve, Jeeve, Pakistan, Pakistan, Pakistan.
Safir Pakistan.
King Edward Medical College Alumni Association is holding its 3rd annual retreat on May 23rd, Rosemont Convention Center, Chicago. Join your friends and classmates at this memorable event. For registration, visit Kemkhana or call 1-800-727-6365.
अजीम शान और शानदार इफ्तिदा ग्रैंड ओपनिंग एशियन मसाला हलाल इंडो पाकिस्तान स्टाइल चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट मजेदार और लजीज खाने के मुंह में पानी आए आर्टीरिया और पानियर बुलेवार्ड के बीचों बीच सदर्न कैलिफोर्निया में पहली बार इंडो पाक स्टाइल चाइनीज खाने एक बार आइए फिर बार बार आइए एशियन मसाला चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट हलाल और मजेदार रिजर्वेशन और पार्टी के लिए आज ही कॉल करें एशियन मसाला हलाल इंडो पाकिस्तान स्टाइल चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट